eyes, close your eyes, please. Just keep your eyes closed, please. Just remember the verse that we saw yesterday. Never was there a time, as Krishna says, Natvevaham jatunasam, Natvam naime janadipaha. Hey Arjuna, never was there a time when you were not, I was not, or these kings were not. Nor shall there be a time when you shall not be, I shall not be, all these people shall not be. Meaning, I was, I am, I shall be. You were, you are, you shall be. All these kings were, are, and shall be. Were all the words I, you, he means one and the same. I from my standpoint is I. From your standpoint, you. From two other people's standpoint, the same person is he. All the three concepts is named these words, lose themselves in the meaning of the word I. Who you are, immortal, absolute. What you have is changing, perishing, dying. Body, sense organs, all your memories. Who you are, immortal. What you have, part of a continuously changing macrocosmic universe. Anytime, unconsciously, because of ignorance, when you take yourself to be what you have and forgetting because of ignorance who you are, That is the time disappointment, fear, despair, despondency, frustration takes over. You grieve for things that is not to be grieved. Bhagavan says, asocyan anvasocha. Hey Arjuna, you are grieving for things that is not to be grieved. The mortality of the body you cannot grieve for. That is its nature. Immortality of the self need not be grieved. There is no change, no death. Shivam, Shivam. Spaciousness, immortality, I am. So see that at all times. Or essentially, each one of us at all times was, is, shall be. Roles will drop out. Somewhere unconsciously. Anytime you forget yourself, that is the time you drag the identity of other things to yourself. In deep sleep state, there is forgetfulness, but there is no false identification. That is why ignorance is bliss. You are waking, you are not only forgetting yourself, but unconsciously getting hooked onto something which you are not. You cannot have agitation without identification. When you hear other people's tragedies, pain, death, failure, it means nothing to you. They are others. If it is either you or whom you consider yours, that is the time disappointment takes over. Fear, anxiety takes over. So as you sit down, see for yourself, are you being who you are? Or you take yourself to be what you have? Whatever you have is a continuously changing proposition. Your body aging. The world is moving, changing. Sense organs losing capacity. Thoughts continuously change. Who you are, changeless, absolute. In this knowledge awareness, you are not dismissing your body, your world, your thoughts, your senses. Rather, you learn how to use them effectively, efficiently. No more there is any fear of change or death. Who you are, changeless, deathless, imperishable. Meaning of the word I. Aham pratyaya gochara. The meaning of the word I. A nameless existence. If you see that as content of all roles, you, the actor, remain unaffected by all the roles that you play. Meditation is being yourself, so you can play the roles, all roles, effectively, efficiently. There is no fear of losing a role. The roles are meant to be lost. They are picked up in time, shall disappear in time. When you desperately cling to a role, expecting it not to disappear, you become helpless, frustrated. Youth shall pass, so also life. Things will change. All situations shall change. Roles means a changing proposition. Actor, who you are, eternally the same. Just see that for yourself. Never there was a time when I was not, I am not, nor I shall not be. You were, you are, you shall be. Everything was, everything is, everything shall be. The waves shall change, water shall continue to be. The sounds will vary, silence always the same. Thoughts will change, body shall grow and change. You are the same changeless awareness. Be the changeless, not to dismiss the changes, but to live with the changes. There is no need to dismiss something which is self-dismissing. There is no need to negate a sound when by itself it fades away. There is no need to destroy a body when it disappears by itself. No need to deny the senses when anyway they shall be defunct. There is no need to dismiss a thought when the thought is self-dismissing. And there is no need to struggle to be yourself, as you cannot ever escape being yourself. Immortality, you cannot escape. Mortal body, you cannot hold on. Changing thoughts, you cannot stall. Be the changeless. Enjoy the changes. Always in meditation. Living with the changes. Studdhananda divyaistavaihi vedeshāṅgapada-kramopanishadaihi gāyanti yam samagaha dhyānavastita-tadgatena manasa paśyanti yam yoginaha yasyāntam na vidusura-suraganaha dhyāya tasmai namaha. Please read these verses, please. Shri Bhagavanuvaca Ashocyananvasocastvam Pragyāvādansca bhāsase Gatāsu nagatāsunsca Nānuṣocanti panditaha Natvevāham jātu nāsam Tvam neme janadipaha na chaiva na bhavishyamaha sarve vayamatah param. It is so beautiful. I hope you have been thinking about this. A very, very human, universal situation. Every person at one time or other comes across this frustration, despondency. A cross road where whatever you do appears to be wrong. Arjuna clearly stands for that human, universal, eternal confusion. If he fights the battle, it is a mistake. He has to kill everybody. If he doesn't fight the battle, that also is a mistake. So he doesn't want to do anything. He wants to drop out. Many times, everybody comes across this type of situation. Arjuna says, Nayotsye, that language, I don't want to fight. As I told you yesterday, therefore doesn't mean everybody should fight a battle and then say, I don't want to fight. Living is a battle. Sometimes you are so frustrated. What do you say? I don't want to study anymore. Enough. Enough of my family. I want to get out of this family. Enough of my job. I don't want this job. I don't want this money. I don't want this relationship. I'm going. Everybody talks. Understand? The language change, that verb, that kriya, that action is varied. Arjuna says, I don't want to fight because he's fed up of this battle. Everybody is one type of battlefield or the other. I'm fed up of the organization. I don't like my father. I don't like my mother. I don't like this job. Some people say, I'm fed up of this life. I don't want to live. What shall I do? So that is where, if you are lucky to have a teacher around, like Krishna, what shall he say? Asocyan anvasochaha. Hey Arjuna, you are unnecessarily grieving for things that is not to be grieved. Why? Because you are not being aware of yourself, who you are. This is a conflict of the individuality, where the confusion takes place between who I am and what I have. If you distinctly see, clearly see for yourself who you are, and always conscious of, abiding by, ever abiding in that reality, then what you have shall never be able to impose itself upon you. Please understand, the thoughts do not impose themselves upon you. The situations do not impose themselves upon you. Your body doesn't impose itself upon you. The creation, macrocosmic universe, not even an iota ever imposes itself upon you. You unconsciously drag everything onto yourself. If you are consciously dragging, that's a pleasure. When you are unconsciously dragging, it is a pain. Understand? A stone is not a load as long as it is on the ground. It becomes a load when you try to lift it to your head. Is the stone a burden? Is anything a burden until you try to lift it on your head? Try. Just resolve that one. If Arjuna thinks he is fighting the battle, he is going to kill everybody, as though if he doesn't kill everybody will be alive forever. It's a demand of a role. Already that whole background I've given you. Understand? So it is not a situation where you say Krishna is, pushing him to fight, kill. That situation is like that. Therefore it is so. Understand? Whereas in case of this understanding, it is just because of for Arjuna's sake it is fighting. But for other person's sake, different types of role, different types of changes take place. Continuously, different changes are taking place. You are in different situation. But unconsciously, you are losing, because you have lost sight of yourself. That is why it looks like the world is imposing itself upon you. Please understand. The creation is incapable because unconscious jada universe, it cannot impose itself upon you. Your body doesn't impose itself upon you, nor your senses. Even if you say another human being imposing himself or herself upon you, if you are conscious, you shall know ultimate acceptance of that imposition is your choice. Don't you do that all the time in life? Your father may tell you something to do or not to do. Do you do everything that he says? Do you do everything that your mother says? But your friend suppose say, smoke, and you are smoking. And what shall you say? My friend only told me, but your mother has told you not to smoke. One person has told you not to do it. Another person has told you to do it. Who has taken the decision? Friend or the mother? You take the decision. Are you getting that point, please? You must see it very clearly. You cannot ever pass on the buck. At no time. Please understand. You must see. You bring in your frustration, and that is what the case is. Pragyavadasya bhasase, how beautifully Krishna says. You speak like a great learned person. Pragyavadansya bhasase, pragyavada means you are speaking like a very wise man, giving so many logics, but all wrong logic. Don't worry. Why? Gatasun agatasunsa panditaha na anusochanti. Wise people neither grieve either for the living or for the dead. Why? Because from the standpoint of the absolute, nobody is ever dead. From the standpoint of the body, nobody can ever be alive forever. Neither can you grieve for the death. Are you getting that point? Your body, even if you don't want, your body shall die, or even if you desperately want, body shall die. That the body is dying is not your contribution. That is why killing somebody is a waste of time. Allow the fellow to live, you will die away. Struggling to get rid of your thought is a total waste of time. When the thought is self-dismissing, why are you removing the thought? Because you are desperate. Are you getting that point, please? Where are your memories? Think, where are your memories? At one time, when the incident must be happening, that is the time you might be deciding to commit suicide. My husband is dead, my wife is gone, my lover is finished, gone, run away, or my business gone, my job is out. You might be desperate and you say, I want to commit suicide. After a few years, you are planning the marriage again. What happened to you? What happens to you? Forgotten. You don't have to push your memories. When the memories are self-dismissing, that is why forgetting is not a job. Forgetfulness happens. When you choose to forget, you very well remember. Are you getting that? When you choose to forget, you very well remember everything, but you choose to forget. So choosing to forget is not to forget. Choosing to forget means to remember. So nothing needs to be pushed. What is there to grieve in life? So as I told you yesterday, please remember that, because that is the foundation. There are two reasons for which people grieve in life. When you are young and strong, you have no fight with any type of death, fear of death, because you are young and strong. You are no more afraid. And when you are old, when you are young, you have no problem with death, but you have problem with happiness. My mother is talking like, my son is like, my brother, my husband, my wife, my things. Job is not there, money is not there. You talk the language of happiness. Youth never talks the language of death. Since living is taken for granted, unhappiness creates his problem. When the person is old, somehow he is settled, some house, some money, something somewhere there. Death becomes a problem. That is why the elderly person, they don't care what houses they have got or what person is coming to them or not. I am going to die. The fear of death comes. He doesn't look for happiness anymore. He looks for continuity. The youth, taken for granted the life, looks for happiness. Both are searching for the same. They are looking for happiness. What is that happiness? Already we saw that. It is not in the outside world. It is neither in the body, mind, anywhere. But it is your own nature. Any moment of happiness, you are it yourself. Same thing the person who is searching for. If you ask the person, what are you looking for? I am looking for happiness. Where is that happiness? In myself. So ultimately, what are you looking for? Yourself or the happiness? You are looking for yourself. When you find yourself, then there is not only you are happy, but also you are immortal. That is why, yesterday I told you, it's like a master key. Opens all the doors. He solves all the problems. Problems of love, problems of affection, problems of security, problems of insecurity, problem of continuity, immortality, everything. It's all because in the presence of the individuality, the I, all these problems comes up. And all the problems, please understand, they belong to different types of roles in life. There is a difference between Arjuna the prince and Arjuna the person. Same thing in your life. There is a difference between you the person and you the professional. You the husband, you the brother, you the wife, you the mother, you the friend, you the professional. So continuously, therefore, these roles, there seems to be a conflict between the roles. When as a father, please see that person, see that reality. Because you take one role to be yourself, when that one aspect of your life is devastated, your entire personality crumbles, you are destroyed. Average man is fully identified with one role or the other. Understand? You have got hundreds of roles inside. The minor roles are those which doesn't affect you. Suppose you are walking down. Just think, you are walking down. You are a walker. Think, you are walking down. You are a walker. Somebody tells you, don't take that road. Okay, go this way. But now you are not a walking person. Millions of people are walking, you are also a walker. But now you are driving. Listen carefully, driving. So not only a driver, but you are also driving a super duper, Mercedes or a BMW, some fancy car. So not only you are a driver, you are a, owner of the fancy car in the world. When somebody says, go to the left. Not my car. Why? Who is proud? Car is proud or owner is proud? When you are walking down, ordinary people, go this way, yes. Go that way, yes. Suppose you think you are the managing director of the company, you are the governor of the state, you are the rich man of the town, you are the big man in the society. When somebody says, go there, who do you think you are? Do you know whom you are talking to? Oh, your body has a role also. You understand this? You understand this VIP syndrome? You can destroy people. They can shoot you down. But the person thinks he is somebody. He's just not another body. He's somebody. Not just another person. Because you are going with that halo around your head. I'm this big boy. So those are the type of people who gets affected in life. Anytime. How can they neglect me? The moment you feel neglected, do you know what does it mean? You have got a little halo around you. Think. You must think. The moment you feel neglected, if you are a person happy with yourself, confident of yourself, there is no question of somebody neglecting you. Nobody telling me, nobody cares for me. I had already given you that example. Don't say, nobody loves me. Does it include you? Nobody cares for me. Does it include you? You care for yourself. You are absolute. And therefore, no other role can ever touch or affect. So if you understand the language of happiness, please see different types of crisis situations in life. Everybody is not joining a battle, fighting the battle for Arjuna for a kingdom's sake. Here are people, as I told you, very simple situations in a family. What do you say? I don't want to stay here anymore. I don't want my brother. I don't want to talk to my wife. I'm going. I don't want this job. Same language. Are you getting that? Same language. What Arjuna says, same language. I don't want. Why? I'm so frustrated. To that person, what shall you say? You don't solve the problem at all. Take up a job, don't worry. Those are the things. But then what happens? That is doing a patchwork. That doesn't solve the problem. Because today the person is fed up of the house, fed up of the food, fed up of a person. Tomorrow he shall be going on being fed up with something or other in life. So fix the fellow. That is why Atma Gyan. If the roles are confusing you, shall you fix the roles or individual, actor? Think. Shall you change the roles or fix the actor? They say a very nice example. When the bullock pulling the cart, do you hit the bullock or the cart? For the bullock had to move, did you tickle the cart? You tickle the bullock. When you tickle the bullock, he takes the cart. All the roles are like cart. You are the bullock carting it continuously. But what we are trying to do? We are desperately trying to change the roles. Nobody gave me a good role, you know. Hey, you are not a good actor. Everybody wants a good role, important role. You are not important. Even the roles are, you are not important, but you are assuming an important role. You know, it's a headache for everybody. Because your importance comes from the role. So anybody dismisses the role, you feel punctured. Because for you, role is important. When you are important, let them do whatever they like. Ah, you are a stupid fellow. Yeah, must be. Thank you. You don't do this anymore. Thank you. You do that. Why not? Everything you are ready. Why? Because you are a good actor. Are you getting that point, please? You are happy with yourself. So thereafter, which role you shall play? Fighter or a brother? Depends on the situation. Roles come up because of the situations in life. Understand? The roles come up because of the situations in life. Roles are not existing. Roles are being created continuously. Understand? At this moment, what is our role? Did you assume the role of a student here? The moment you sit down here, I am the speaker, you are the listener. Role. It's already coming up. You don't assume, now I must remember I am a listener. What is nonsense? The moment I speak and you listen, I am the speaker, you are the listener. The moment you get out, am I still the speaker? I am not speaking, so what speaker? Are you still a listener? No. Maybe I get into the car and you are the driver. So who is the managing director now? Here I am driving your mind. I am the driver. That person is driving the car. Who is the driver? He is the driver. So he is the person who gives the direction. If he can go crazy, I will go crazy. Just think. Situations goes on changing. And who has the flexibility of a role? The person who is aware of himself. That's why even death doesn't make any difference. Hey Arjuna, because Natvevaham jatunasam. Hey Arjuna, never there was a time when I was not. Na asamiti na. There was never a time when I was not. Oh God, you are God, you may be always. No, natvam. Not even you. There was never a time when you were not. Whatever was between the God and the devotee, there is a pact. These guys both are existing all the time. What other people? No. Jana, Deepa. All the people are existing at all times. Never shall it be so. When I shall not be, you shall not be, they shall not be. Meaning all of us shall continue to be. See the beauty of that statement. 3 words in English you can take. I, you, he. All the 3 means one and the same thing. First person, second person, third person, in fact is no person. This is just for a vyavahar, just for a functional use. From my standpoint, if you say, who are you? I am Swamiji. Then the other person will say what? From your standpoint, that's I or you? Somebody says, if I say, I am here. Then you say, what? You are here. Will you say, you are here or I am here? Swamiji, I am here. Swamiji, I am here or Swamiji, you are there? So I say, I. When you say you, that you means what? I. When you say you, it is I. When 2 of you come together and you say, he is standing there, that he means what? I. So how many words are there? All the 3 are one and the same thing. I, you and he. Listen carefully. This is a marvelous dramatization. Not only from the standpoint of the world, from my standpoint, I, from your standpoint, you, from 2 of your standpoint, he, but now come to individual by yourself. From your standpoint, please see, this body is I. But then, suppose you are taking your body for a Himalayan trekking, you are climbing a mountain, and the body is, getting tired. You say, come on, move. Who is telling? You, body, move. You are pushing that body. The body is now what? You. Manasa sancharare, oh mind, may you revel. May you revel in absolute? Who talks about it? My mind. So mind is I or you? If body is you, mind is I. If the mind is you, if the thought is you, who is I? That is where it comes. In which no I, no you, no he. Everything disappears. And therefore suddenly say, I don't want to use the word you and he. Hey, use. I don't want to use the word I. Come on. Roles. Use the word I, or else you'll confuse people. Let the word be used. When I use the word I, it's a functional use. Are you getting that? Just exactly role playing. You play the role. Happily you play the role. Why? Because I am the happiness absolute. No more looking for happiness. If you are looking for happiness in a victory, you shall be destroyed if you don't get the victory. If you look for happiness in living, you shall be miserable, because there is no happiness in living. You be happy and happy to live. Situations will change. You cannot escape it. Remember that little story of, I think in meditation class I was telling you about Mahmud of Ghazni. The Mahmud of Ghazni, he was looking for a prime minister. And when he found one prime minister, he is from a village. And he was appointed the new prime minister. The people who are already in the court, they were disappointed. So they are jealous of this man. Suddenly coming from village and becoming the prime minister. And here we have been for the long time, nobody cares for us. So they were very jealous. So they started carrying the tales to the king. This man, after the court closes for the day, goes to a secret place, maybe carries royal jewelry. They carried the tale to the king. Mahmud of Ghazni, he can't, of course, say, he cannot disbelieve, so he has to be the king, he has to listen. So he follows this prime minister one evening. When he follows the prime minister one evening, please understand, when he follows the prime minister, it is true, at the end of the court, he is going to a lonely spot. And there is a nice palace where he is staying, of course, and he goes there. So the prime minister goes, he also follows him. The story goes like that, and the prime minister goes into the house. So the king looks through the keyhole. And what he sees? This man is a very simple person, and he starts removing his prime ministerial robes. All regal robes he removes. And pulls down one basket. Just a simple one basket he brings, pulls it down. Bamboo basket, a torn bamboo basket, carrying which he had come from the village. Then opening that bamboo basket, now the king is excited. Oh, he'll be putting something there. No, opening that bamboo basket, he brings out his village, the rural clothes, the clothes putting on which? Simple clothes of a rural folk, villager. He brings out the clothes and then puts it in one side. The prime ministerial robe in another side. Then sits down and talks to himself. Hey, remember, these simple clothes of a rural farmer. That is your original dress. You are enjoying these royal robes because of the grace granted by the king. Remember, the day it is taken away, you have to go back. Now, which king will be angry? He will be grateful for such a sensible prime minister. But even though he has become the prime minister, even though he has become the prime minister, yet he is not losing sight of his simple rural background. Think. Yes. Okay, just think of it. So even though he has completely, he has become the prime minister, still he is not losing, even though he has become the prime minister, still he has not lost touch with the rural background. Naturally, every prime minister, the king will be pleased. Now same thing also, every day. Think. Every day, the person must be, meditation is like that. Every day, you sit down there, literally removing all your clothes, meaning the robes, the body, this physical body, I am enjoying by the grace of the God. One day, body will be taken away. Extension of the body. Body is a dress, understand, body is a dress. Extension of the body, youth will go. Extension of the body, riches will go. Then come back. Every thought also is a dress. All these things are given to me. One day it will be taken away. And what is my original dress? It is not the simple dress of a rural person. It is the most gorgeous dress of immortality. I am the Absolute. Therefore, when you are the most important part of the entire thing, the roles are insignificant. You are so significant. Which roles will affect you? Between the body and the dresses, when your body is so fantastic and the dresses are so ordinary, what shall you cling to? When your dresses are more exotic than the body, you are desperate for the dresses. When your body is more exotic than the dresses, you discard the dresses just like that. Why? Your body is so fantastic. The body of consciousness, yourself becomes so wonderful, infinity, happiness, all pervasiveness. And what roles is he carrying? Suddenly it sinks into your head. Now I'm a brother, now I'm a father, now I'm a husband, now I'm a fighter, now I'm demanding this, now I'm using this, now I'm walking, now I'm seeing, now I'm hearing, now I'm rich, now I'm poor, now I'm young, now I'm old. But who I am is absolutely eternal, wonderful. So which one, ask for yourself the question, which one is more important for you in life? Yourself or your roles? If your roles are more important than you, welcome to the land of troubles. So you now can see for yourself, who creates your problem? You or your roles? This ignorance of this self, understand? Ignorance of the self creates the problem. After you listen to these things, still the problem lingers. What are you going to do? Remember yourself more and more and see the difference between you and the road. That is why it will take 17 chapters. We shall see that. Why is it? Because it's not that for everybody 17 chapters. No, it's not for everybody. Arjuna has been presented as a person, as a symbol of human struggle. So there will be millions of minds are taken care of. If you are a smart one, first 20 verses ever. You don't need it. It will come. First, Yesa te vihita sankhye Brahma Vidya over in 20 verses. Get out. Suppose you say, I know, I understand, but, okay, next 40 verses. I do understand, but still it's difficult. Okay, third chapter. Still difficult. Fourth chapter. Still difficult. All right, meditate. Sixth chapter. This is okay, but what about God? All right, 7th chapter to 12th chapter. 5 things. Then what about me and him? Identity. Another 6 chapters. That is why Bhagavad Gita has got 18 chapters. The first 6 chapters, I should have told it in the beginning, introductory classes. Because you are not introductory student, that's why I can't give introductory classes. Anyway, so first 6 chapters deals with, that is in Sanskrit, you know that Mahavakya, Tat Tvam Asi, you are that. The Tvam Pada, who you are, that is first revealed in the first 6 chapters. Now we are talking. Nattueva Aham Jatunasam, like that. So I am the one. The second 6 chapters deals with the Tatpada, Ishvara, what the God is. So first you, see that? No, first is not God. This itself will disturb people, you know that? This arrangement will disturb people. How can you say the first you are? What to do? You are the beginning. God is not the beginning. But the people who are God-oriented, that religion-oriented, all that stuff, they cannot accept it. Very, very difficult. How can God comes before me? Hey, he is not feeling bad. Why are you feeling bad? She is not feeling bad. You see, because he knows he is everywhere. There is no question of placing him back or front. He is in and through everything. She is in and through everything. Please. You come first. So 6 chapters deals with that. The next 6 chapters is God. Then the third one is Asi, identity between you and the God. This, how long it takes to understand? Depends on you. what type of person you are, what type of mind you enjoy. So who you are is revealed in the first verse. Hey Arjuna, there is absolutely no reason to grieve. You take up the responsibility of life. Listen carefully. There is nothing to complain, nothing to grieve in life, nothing to be miserable about it, nothing to be frightened of in life. Be happy with yourself, please. This is not an injunction. You discover the happiness in yourself, then happily play every role. What role? Sometimes it can be a miserable role also. If your body is sick, you cannot say, so fantastic that I am having cancer. Can you say that? Can you say that? The body is having cancer, okay, it has to be taken care. But happily face it. Already cancer is killing you, and don't you kill yourself also inside. And what shall the cancer kill? Only the body, not you. Somebody has done injustice. Listen carefully. Somebody has done injustice, just like Pandava's situation. Somebody has done injustice to you. Your house somebody is forcibly occupying. It's like Pandava's kingdom, Kauravas taking away. Take that way. So you cannot say, oh, how can I fight the person? How can I fight my brother? You are not fighting your brother. You are fighting the occupant of your house. Are you getting the difference? It's just like in a micro way, macro way there. You are not fighting your brother. This is your house, is your legitimate. How can I fight with my husband? Fight with your wife? You are not fighting with your husband or wife. You are fighting with the person who is denying your legitimate right. Please understand. If you see these things clearly, you can see every moment in life. The person to whom you love is different from the person whom you fight. The person whom you marry is different from the person whom you divorce. The person you married is different. The person you divorce is different. The person you are friendly with is different. The person you are angry with is different. Not the same person. It looks like same person, but two different moods. It is just like you say, simple example you can take. It's just like you say, hey, when you put on this dress, you look so nice. But when the other dress, it's not so nice. So, you are the same person. A dress changes, no? Are you getting that point, please? The dress changes. Somebody tells you, hey, you put on that dress, oh, it's so nice, it looks so beautiful. And that dress, oh, it's so stupid. So, that doesn't change anything. You are the same. Same thing. One day you put on the anger, dress of anger. I don't like you angry. When you're smiling, oh, you look so nice. At the exactly same thing. Do you understand the logic? But we think these are all very deeper things. No, there is nothing deeper. Everything is shallow and stupid. If you understand, are you getting that? From the standpoint of infinity, everything is finite. Everything is simple. If you cannot handle your dressing, you can't handle your emotion. If you know how to drive your body, your vehicle, your emotions, you can drive everybody in this world. No problem. Because you know exactly how to overtake. You also know how to allow other people to overtake. Suppose some fellow is being arrogant, allow the fellow to overtake. So you think the other person is obstructing, you overtake. Just like driving. The principle is, I don't know what to tell. It is so simple. Every moment of your life you can do that. That is why meditation is not sitting down in one place looking at some photo or a wall or some nonsense. You can be eating and be meditating, sleeping and be meditating, doing everything and meditating. Your every action is a meditation if you are a conscious individual. Because it's a continuous role play. If it's a continuous role play, you are in continuous meditation. In playing the role, there is no better role and lesser role. Because a role fits into the total picture. In a particular scene, you are the hero, center of the attraction. In another scene, you are insignificant. Every time you cannot be the hero. Can you be? Just think of it. In every scene, can you be the hero? In life's different arrangement. It's a stage within a stage, within a stage, within a stage. At some stage, you are center of the stage. In some places, you are on the side. Can you be happily on the side? Can you be happily in the center? Can you be happily anywhere? Yes, you have made it. You learn to fight your battle of life. This is all about that, role play. Therefore, roles are not touched. The personage, and hey Arjuna, know about yourself. Never there was a time when I was not. Never there is a time when you are not, nor these people shall not be. Meaning, they were, they are, they shall be. I am, I was, I shall be. So, don't worry about anybody's death. If you speak the language of death, don't worry about anybody's death. If you speak the language of happiness, don't worry about your happiness. At no time you can ever be unhappy in life. You are always happy in life. Don't say, if I only marry that person, I will be happy. I live with that person only, I will be happy. If I take up the judge, I shall be happy. Last evening I told you. If you are looking for a happiness, if you are looking for happiness in an arrangement, you shall be miserable throughout your life because arrangement shall be disturbed. As much you are disappointed before, that much you shall be disappointed later on because you are looking for happiness in that person or situation. Please, happy. First, be happy. Then look for situation. Which situation? Any situation. Actor. Which role? Any role. The top hero appears in a cameo, just like an appearance, just appearing simply in one movie, simply appearing for 1 minute. Still people recognize he is the top actor. A small role, top actor. Why? Because he has established himself as a top actor. Same thing you. In your life's role, you are absolute. In and through every thought, every perception, every moment of your life, you are absolutely supreme. Which role you cannot play? You can fight the battle. And you are not, when you are fighting your battle, it is not your brother, it is your enemy. Why did he become enemy? I didn't create the enemy. If he wants to become enemy, now what can I do? Can you love somebody who continuously hates you? That is why it doesn't work. Love the person who hates you, ideal. It doesn't work. The person who hates you, you can't love him. You may not hate him, but you don't have to love him. It doesn't work. Hate your enemy, fantastic. Not hate your enemy. Love your enemy. The fellow says love your enemy, but you destroy everybody who disagrees with you. Right? All these religions, what do? The religious discourse is what? Love your enemy. But whoever disagrees with you, cut him down. Wonderful. What is this crusade? What is this jihad? Love thy neighbor, but if they don't agree with you, shoot him. Wonderful. That is why nobody believes in this nonsense. When somebody hates me, how can I love? Because even if I love, the person is not there to recognize it. Even if I care for you, you are not there to recognize it. Because it's like a person who is suspicious. Have you ever tried to love somebody who is suspicious? If ever you are in a situation, only you will understand it. If you are not in a situation, it's a different game. Please try to love somebody who is suspicious. With whomsoever you talk, he thinks you are having an affair. With whomsoever you meet, you think the person is doing something. Please try to relate to the person. You will go mad in a day if you are still not mad. Suspicious. Understand? So playing the role, understanding about yourself, and that is very important. So he says that, Hey Arjuna, so in this case now, since death is the subject of discussion, in a sense he says, I don't want all these people to be dead. And they say, don't worry. You don't have to worry about Bhishma, Drona, Karna. They are all eternal. At this moment in history, a situation has come up where they happen to be in the opposite side. You are not killing your teacher. You are not killing your grandfather. It's opposite role. It's like two sisters fighting. Our time you can see that. What is the two sisters, the tennis sisters? Venus, Serena Williams, right? Those two sisters. How many times they have now come and fought in the semi-finals, finals and quarter-finals? Are the sisters fighting with each other? Or two players fighting with each other? And when they fight, they fight. It's not that my baby sister is fighting. No. Okay. He puts the ball here. You will be discarded immediately. You give your life, just like you are fighting another opponent. But the moment the moment the game is over, then what? Mama, baby sister, right? Is the elder one, is the younger one. But in the field, now suppose the younger sister comes, no, I respect my elder sister, I don't want to fight with her. The elder one says, I love my younger sister, I don't want to have my competition. Then get out. So this is the time. Suppose it gets into that type of emotional, sort of emotionally you are disturbed like that, then what will happen? You have to forfeit the whole thing. That time you need a advisor. What says it? Don't worry, you are not fighting your sister, you are fighting another opponent. Oh, that is the Bhagavad Gita. That's what exactly Bhagavad Gita all about. So when you are fighting, you are not fighting your brother or your father or somebody, but they say, you are fighting with a person who has created a problem for you. Appa, that's fantastic. Very good. Role playing. You understand how relaxing it is? When you play a role, you are totally relaxed. If you are tense, you are not playing a role. These are all, what can I say? This is all your own, benchmark. If you are tense, you are not playing the role. Do you know why? You appear in a drama. Okay? You play the drama. You are playing the role of Ravana. Ravana is a good boy, no? Okay? You are playing the role of a Ravana. And the scene is where Hanuman has burnt his whole Lanka. Hanuman has burnt his Lanka, destroyed the gardens, destroyed the houses, and he is now caught. So what type of mood you will be in? Very happy mood, right? Oh, Vanga, please bring Hanuman, let him sit down. Give him a nice chair. Will you do that? What is the role that time? Sitting with anger. Sitting with anger. Shouting. Bring that monkey. Put him down. Tie down everything. Something like that. You are very angry. And that time you are... Now suppose you say, look, I am not a very angry man, I can't play that role. But there is nobody, you must play the role. Okay, I will play the role. Okay, all right, I'll say. And when the Hanuman comes in, you say, okay, bring him in. Let him sit down here. Why? Because you can't get angry. Now what will happen? Hey, who has put that stupid fellow as a Ravana? Everybody. Everybody will complain because you are not getting angry. And suppose you are a person who is really getting angry and bring that fellow, put him down. The moment this scene is over, you are relaxed. Hey, did I do it nicely? Where is your anger? Because you are playing the role of anger. That way your tension is not there, blood pressure doesn't go up. You are shouting, you are fighting, you are doing everything that an angry man does, but your blood pressure is cool. How? Do you really understand these things? Or else you have to meditate to remove your blood pressure. Are you stupid? Take some medicine for blood pressure. What are you meditating for blood pressure? If you are in meditation, your blood pressure automatically down unless your artery is fat. And if it is so, take care of the body, take some medicine, remove your food, be practical. Religious discourses are not removing your fat, bringing on some brightness on your body or something, you attract everybody. It's a nonsense, mumbo jumbo. Understanding of yourself is recognizing yourself as you are so that every role becomes beautiful. There is never a time when you was not, nor shall there be a time when you shall not be. There is never a time when you are unhappy. All the time you are the happiness itself. So whether you are advising somebody in the language of happiness or you are advising somebody in the language of existential question, life and death, you are the solution. No choice. So, having told this, he says, "Hey Arjuna, why is that? Please see how you are forever existing. Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jaram tatha dehantara praptihi dhirastatra namoyati dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jaram tatha dehantara praptihi dhirastatra namoyati." Nuggets, there are nuggets, so sweet. What a tradition. Here, Dehinaha yatha asmin dehe. Dehi. Dehi means deho yasya astiti dehi. He who has the body, not he who is the body. That one word takes away everything. Dehi, Ajibin Dehi, one who has the body, goes through in this body what? Kaumaram, Yauvanam, Jara. One who has the body, one who sports this physical body, goes through childhood, youth, old age. That means what? When a body is a child, the I says, I am the child. When the body is young, I say, I am young. When the body is old, I say, I am old. In all this childhood, youth and old age, the I is same. Just like the actor moves in from role to role to role, he survives every role. You too survive childhood, youth, old age. Yourself, ageless, deathless. The meaning of the word I, absolute. If you see that in your body, herein while living in this body, tatha dehantara praptihi. Again in the same way also the person is same when the body is given up and he is in the hereafter or born again. The same individual continues. I continues. That is why you can relate to your experiences. Suppose the childhood I is different, youth I is different, old age I is different. You cannot coordinate your experiences. Morning you went to temple, afternoon you went to market, evening you went to movie, night you are discussing with a friend. It was beautiful in the temple, it was beautiful in the market, it was beautiful in the movie. You who experience the temple, you who experience the town, market, you who experience the movie, one and the same. The places of experience have changed. You remain the same. That is why you can coordinate your experience. Physical body is a field of experience. You experience the childhood, you experience the youth, you experience the old age. It's a continuously changing field of experience. The experiencer, the I, the consciousness is one and the same. That is why you can coordinate. You tell your child, when I was your age, I was eating 20 idlis. What is it 2? When I was your age, I was climbing mountain. What are you sitting down in the sofa and playing with this kind of computer? Why do you talk this now? How do you talk? Because the same I remains childhood, youth, old age. It's not a philosophy. It's a Hindu philosophy. For God's sake, don't brand it and therefore isolate it and destroy it. It's like the moment you say, are you getting that point? The moment you brand it as I am not interested in it. This is not a Hindu. It's not Indian. It's a universal human perception. The word this I, does it mean what? Indian? Hindu? Man? Woman? Universal. The meaning of the word I. Same. And that is same in childhood, youth, old age. Waking, dream, deep sleep. Past, present, future. Don't worry about the hereafter. Even the next life, don't worry. What is that something which has remained the same in childhood, youth, old age? Asmin dehe, in this body, Hey Arjuna, kaumaram yauvanam jara. Not only from your standpoint of your body, but also from the standpoint of your thought. Your thought also enjoys childhood. First thought, childhood, fragile. Very strong obsession, youth of the thought. Memory is fading away, old age of the thought. Who is passing through it all? The beginning of a relationship, fragile. Intense relationship, youth. Fading relationship. You survive everything. Whether it is a concentration camp or it's an ordinary place. Unconsciously people tap onto themselves. That is why they survive. You survive through all your problems. Why? It's unconsciously you are tapping into the self, the source that you are. Everybody is not aware of it. Everybody doesn't study Vedanta, Upanishads. But people live through life because instinctively, somewhere you know where to withdraw. Stand apart. The people say, I don't know, during that crisis, where from I got my strength? All from yourself. Unconsciously. If you do it consciously, you are a colossus walking this earth. If you do not know it, you are so fragile. But the teacher is not worried because when somebody says, I am fragile, he says, no, you are a colossus. When Arjuna is sitting down, what he said? Nayotsye, I don't want to fight, given up. What Arjuna Krishna says? Prahasanniva Bharata. He is totally miserable, he is totally happy. Why? Because you have to hand over the same thing. Because your disappointment, dejection, frustrations are totally irrational, misplaced. Be happy and happily miserable. Nothing wrong. How can you be happily miserable? Oh, you think you never do that, huh? Every one fellow is pretentious. You know you have your money, but your sister's marriage, and the sister says, can I have 5 million, 5 lakhs, 500,000 rupees from you? That day itself, into your bank, 5 million has come in. So you are so happy inside you. You have already come and told your wife also, 5 million. Okay? You wanted that huge Kohinoor? We'll get it. Already you have got a nice deal with your wife. 5 million has come in. Now your sister comes and says, can I have 5 lakhs of rupees? 5 lakhs, huh? Only 5 lakhs. What do you say? How? Are you not being consciously or miserable? You are pretending. What do you say? Where is the money these days? You know this meltdown. Everything is melting. Well, what happened to the 5 million it came in yesterday? Meltdown. So what are you doing? Are you not pretending to be miserable? Don't give me that. Same thing you can be. Absolutely happy with yourself. And therefore you can play miserable. Not for your convenience. Dukkhe, dukhi, sukhini, sukhavan, bhogini, prapta bhoga. In the assembly of miserable people, you are miserable. Don't show off. In the assembly of happy people, you are a happy person. You are like jale, jalam, taile, tailam. Water in the water, oil in the oil. Completely merging every moment of your life. Whew, what a life. So, misery will come. You can't say, youth and old age, Swamiji, both are one and the same. You are nuts. Go, get lost. How can you say youth and old age one and the same? Youth is youth, old age, oh. Swamiji, thank you, you go now, I'm 5 minutes, right? This leg, oh. Leg not responding. Why? What happened? Old age. Previously, oh, I could run with you. Now, oh. It will be. That is what the body is all about. Everybody is eating rasgulla, but I have to only look at it. Yeah, you have already finished your quota. You have finished your quota. You overate the sweet, so you are fully diabetic. So your quota is over quickly. If you eat slow, then your quota will also last for a long time. You understand? So I have done my job. I have enjoyed enough. Therefore, happily miserable now. In a happily renunciation mood. But the people who deny themselves when they are supposed to enjoy, then later on, anyway, the nature brings you to a stage where you cannot enjoy. They are doubly frustrated. Because when they are supposed to enjoy, they are denied. When they are supposed to deny, of course I deny, what to do. So when you are denying, you are thinking of it. When you are supposed to do it, you have been denying yourself. How glorious. You understand? Please see, you are the same. Dehino asmin yathade. Kaumaram, yauvanam jara. What he says is the continuity. You are the same. Tatha dehantara prapti. Therefore, hey Arjuna, don't grieve for these people. This is a situation. He's not asking them to, there is a difference between a mindless killing, mindless anger, and purposeful anger. A mindless battle and a purposeful battle. So don't completely in one shade, one brush, paint everything as wrong or paint everything as right. No. In certain circumstances, battle is a must. Certain circumstances, why fight? In certain circumstances, you look for certain comfort. Certain circumstances, it doesn't matter. But happy I am. My happiness doesn't depend upon those things. Why? Because ajivin, please take that language again, ajivin. Immortality is same through Yauvanam, Kamaram, Jara. Happiness is same through any experience of your life. Beginning of a perception, middle of a perception, end of a perception. You are still happy. Are you seeing that parallel? You must see that parallel. Because you can speak the language of happiness, you can speak the language of immortality. Both are one and the same thing. Who am I and the happiness that I am, one and the same. I deliberately am going that parallel for some time until you see it you see it very clearly. Then of course you can then, that line goes away. We shall see. Because being yourself is being the happiness. So, disappointment for people can come in different type of situation, different types of conflict. For him, it is the battlefield. For you, it will be a house. For somebody, it may be office. For somebody, it may be relationship. But the solution is same. It's not a different disease, different medicine. You understand? Different disease, different medicine is physical. But for all emotional problems, there is only one medicine. It's the I. There is a different emotion, different medicine, different situation. No. It's all one master key. Because the virus is only one. Okay, we shall see that in the afternoon. All right? Now, please, close your eyes, please. Please use it every moment in your life. And see that as you go into the kitchen now for breakfast, one more idli can create crisis. Little less chutney or sambar can create crisis. Who walks ahead of you, who walks behind you can create a crisis. Who greets whom first can create a trouble. Who spoke what also can create a problem. If you know how to face it, everything becomes beautiful. Remember the actor, awareness that you are. And you can play any role. You can be on the center stage. You can be behind the wings, waiting for your role. And always comfortable, happy with whatever you are doing. Just like in a football match, 20 players, 11 are playing, the 9 are waiting. Each one is capable, but waiting it out. Whenever called, he shall go in. Doesn't feel affected that I was not called in. Most important, games should go on, not who is playing. And when you are called upon to play, you play your best. But if you sit down with an idea, you alone can play. By chance, when you join the field, and you cannot deliver, you shall be disappointed. Play with the team. Living is a team game. Absolutely happy with yourself. You manage your body, your mind, your thoughts, a very personal team of your own. Extensions, other people. Always happiness, playing out roles of all kinds.